Hi, everybody. It's another episode of 19 Cats and Counting. I am your host, certified cat behaviorist, Rita Reimers. Don't forget to visit my website, ritareimers.com. So I have a wonderful guest today. I hope I say her last name right, Ruth Thaler. Hey, I said it right. And
You got
she
it.
is the CWA chairperson of the CWA blog, CWA being Cat Writers Association. She's also a freelance writer and editor. We're going to come back right after this first commercial and get right into talking with her. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
And we're back with Ruth Thaler again. With
I'm sorry, Rita, it's Taller-Carter.
I still said it
Taller
wrong?
dash Carter.
Okay,
No, you pronounced the taller right, but it's Taller dash Carter.
let me just call you Ruth.
Yeah. That'll be fine.
So you are the chairperson with the CWA blog, Cat Writers
I am.
Association. You're also a freelance writer and editor. I love your website. If you want to take a look, it's writerruth.com. I'll be putting that in my notes too. So
Thank you.
how did you get involved with all of this and cats has become your word like it's mine?
Well, it's interesting to me because I'm not even 100% sure I remember this correctly, but I was in St. Louis for several years. I'm now in Albuquerque. I moved out here last year, about a year and 2 months ago. And at some point, I saw something online about a Cat Writers Association conference right there in St. Louis.
Oh,
And I thought, gosh, cat writers, how interesting. So I got in touch with the Cat Writers Association. The chairperson of that year's conference was Dusty Rainbolt, who's a very talented, prolific cat writer. She's also extremely involved in the Dallas area cat rescue activities and active in organizing this year's conference, which we'll talk about.
okay.
And the next thing I knew, I was helping with getting conference material printed and picked up. And I had a table at the conference because at the time I had a booklet. See if I have a copy of it. I had a booklet about, it's not here. I should have it handy. I had a booklet. Hold on a second.
That's okay. I know I always think something's at my fingertips and I go to get it and it's
All
not
right, can
there.
we pause for a moment?
Yes.
Sorry.
Recording. Did you find what you were looking for?
I did. So at the time, this was spring of, I want to say 2018 or 19, something like that. And at the time, I had this little booklet that I had written about finding and kind of rescuing my
Oh,
beloved calico cat, whom you just met. She does
yes.
not bogart into Zoom meetings, unfortunately.
She's
Um,
a beautiful cat.
but she is beautiful. I have to say, she's just lovely. And I had a table at that conference to sell copies of my booklet and met a number of the Cat Writers Association members. They were all so nice and so friendly, and the conference was so much fun because there's always an element of fun and silly stuff in
Yeah,
addition to all the
sure.
professional
Of course.
education aspects of these conferences. So I joined and I've been involved somewhat ever since. But this past year or so, I've become chair of the CWA blog. I'm helping with the conference. The blog is a lot of fun. I've done a couple posts of my own, and then when members want to share their blog posts, I receive those, I copy edit them, I clear them with the writer, and then our webmaster helps me get them posted so people can see them.
Nice.
And some of the posts have been, we had one fascinating, I thought was fascinating, about how to set things up so that your cat or cats would be covered if anything were to happen to you, whether it would be an accident in the hospital or
Yes.
heaven forbid death, so that your cats don't end up, being taken to a shelter or something.
Yeah, I talk about that a lot.
Yeah. And we've had ones about I've done one about what it means to have this little cat in my life. I've done one about scams targeting members of the association.
No, there's many of
There
those.
are many of those, and they go after people in all kinds of groups, but including ours. And then we've had other ones, Molly Hunt, whose books I was just showing you.
Yes, look at that. She's got a stack of 14 books to read. How
14
long did
books.
you say? A month? It's going to take you
Uh,
only?
I would say between 1 and 2 months.
Holy Toledo.
Yeah, I'm a fast reader.
I love
Uh,
it.
but Molly is not only a very prolific, entertaining author, but she does a series for the CWA blog about members of the association and
Nice.
profiles people with these really fun Q&A elements to
I
the
love that. I'm going to have to read through and look for some of
yeah.
those.
So if you're at the CWA website, which is catwriters.com, there's a button for the blog, and I
Hmm.
believe people can read the blog posts even if they aren't members.
Publicly. I
You
think
can't
that's true.
you can't submit to the blog if you are not a member, but you
Right.
can, I believe, see the blog posts. So that is one of the many ways that the association helps members get published and be
Hmm.
visible and have a chance to express their feelings and thoughts and experiences relative to cats.
I love that, because the reason all of us are involved with cats or write about cats is because we love them. Um,
Yep.
I'm a shy person, but if you start me talking about cats, honey, I can talk your ear off. So I love that. We just touched a little bit on the CWA conference. How long has the conference been happening?
Oh gosh, I think this is it's our 20 somethingth. Hold on a minute and I can probably
Yeah,
pull
I've
that
got the
up.
website up too. Let me see what it says.
It's either 25th or 29th. I think it's the 29th.
Oh, it doesn't say here.
Annual conference.
Do, do, do. Well, that's okay. I
Uh,
was just curious. So it's been going on many, many years. Do you always
yes,
have it in different locations?
it's always in a different city. So my first one was in St. Louis.
Mhm.
Last year's was in Indianapolis. And this year will be in Dallas, Texas from November 6th and 7th.
I love Dallas. I've been there a couple times. One of my favorite cities.
And I'm not familiar with Dallas at all.
You'll
Oh
like
my
it.
gosh, I was wrong. This is our 32nd annual
Whoa.
Cat Writers Association conference. So
Wow.
it's been going even longer than I realized.
I've been a member for a number of years, but I've been a pretty silent member. Um, I'm ready
Well,
to
we'll
get
have to
more
get you more
involved.
involved.
Definitely. I had a rough couple of years. My audience knows my parents both died at the end of 24, 5 weeks apart.
Yeah,
And then my
sorry.
business partner took off in 25. So I'm getting my business up as me only. It feels kind of good. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to get involved with other things too, because I kind of miss that camaraderie of having a team.
Well, and it's my experience with the Cat Writers Association has been very good. It's a
Mhm.
great group of people, not only talented, but a lot of fun. And as the people can tell from looking at the website, would you like me to share my screen
Sure,
a moment?
absolutely. I know you people who are listening won't be able to see the screen, but make sure you go to the website and I will publish the URL so you can take a look at
I'm gonna,
catwriters.com.
I think I know what I'm doing here. All right,
Nice.
there is our website.
I wish I could come, but I don't have a cat sitter anymore.
Well, one of the fun things about most of our conferences is we try to find hotels that let people bring their cats.
Ah,
And people do bring their cats to the conferences,
could
which I
you see me
always think is a
traveling with
stitch.
15?
Yeah. So this is our conference page, and on the right, on my right, there are links to recent posts to the blog.
Okay,
So
yeah, I
the
see that.
first one is my most recent, which is how my lovely Skitter helps me organize my writing business. She has, I find her behavior fits very nicely with inspiring what I do from day to day.
Nice.
And then we have one that's a report on the recent Global Pet Industry Expo. A lot of fascinating products and services for cats and
I'm
cat
definitely going to
people.
read that.
And then we have two recent, who are the Cat Writers Association posts from Molly for
Hmm.
profiling our members.
Love that.
And I think if you're in that area, you can find some of the other recent and older posts as well.
Yeah, I
But
know
that's
quite a
all on the
few
website.
members, but not everyone, of
Yeah.
course.
And you have buttons here for events and a list of books by members.
Hmm.
Um, what else? Oh, and a contest. We have an annual communications contest.
Ooh,
So people can enter things that they've written, photographed,
right.
illustrated, posted. I believe there's a category for videos. There are quite a few categories. It's a pretty extensive process
Okay.
and a lot of people entering. So it's competitive, but you get, if you if you place or win an award in the communications conference of the Cat Writers
Hmm.
Association, you get medallions and certificates, and we promote the people who win. It's a very worthwhile thing to get involved with.
Nice. I didn't enter this year, but I definitely will next year.
Oh, good.
So this is awesome. We have to take a quick break for one of our sponsors, but I want to come back and talk more about CWA and more about how you got involved with writing about cats too.
Okay, sounds good. I'm
We'll
going
be
to
right
stop
back.
sharing the screen at that point.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back again with 19 Cats and Counting and our awesome guest, Ruth. Would you say your last name for me?
It's Taller Carter, Ruth Taller dash Carter.
So you tripped on it too.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's funny. So we're talking about the CWA, Cat Writers Association, and the website's not just for cat writers. You can go out there and read a lot of different blogs, learn about the people that belong to it, learn about maybe some books that might interest you that some of our members have written, like that big
Exactly.
stack that's right there
Yeah.
to the left of you, or to the left of, from my perspective. So, how did you get involved in? You write about cats exclusively, is that right?
As far as animals, yes. I
Okay.
also write, my motto is I can write about anything.
I
So
saw
I
that.
do,
I saw that.
yeah. But I cover my background is journalism, and I cover a variety of topics, everything from decorative arts to the law and public relations, gardening. Used to write about the metric system, which I'm glad to not write
About how
about
it didn't
anymore.
work here?
Well, know about how it did work and, how it progressed, but just as soon not do that anymore. I'm not a numbers person. Uh,
Neither.
and I write about education, I write about publishing and writing and communications and all kinds of things. But the one that's really the most fun is usually having to do with cats. My first cat related stuff came from being associated with the American Association of Animal Hospitals, AAH. I always get the sequence wrong, but it's the Professional
AAAH.
Association for Animal Hospitals.
Okay.
They at the time had a magazine, and I did a couple of non-cat pieces for them, profiles of members and so forth. And then I did a piece about things, diseases that can affect cats and be transmitted to people,
Right.
those conditions. And I also did a piece for them about poisonous plants that are dangerous to cats. And they had a change of management and a change of leadership at the association. So I haven't really done anything with them for quite a while.
Uh,
But those were my first couple cat related projects. And I've been wanting to do more with that ever since.
mhm.
So a couple of the publications I was interested in writing with, as you know, no longer exist.
Yeah,
The
Catster.
fun thing about being chair of the Cat Writers Association blog is I can write about cat stuff anytime I want to. I have a
Me
built
too. Isn't that
platform.
great?
Yeah. So I'm very good about making sure that everybody else gets a chance to post.
Hmm.
We do 2 posts a month,
Okay.
and if we don't have anybody else who has submitted something we've accepted, then I can usually fill in. But
Mhm.
the goal is to have as many voices there as possible from the CWA membership.
That's wonderful. And even if two people were to write about a similar topics, everybody has different perspective and
Yep.
different types of knowledge. I remember when I met Arden Moore, I first met her at a pet sitting conference, and we were talking about cats, and I said something about like not everyone knows everything. And she's like, that's good, because the minute you think you know everything, you don't.
You don't.
It's so true. It's definitely. So, what was your journalism life like before cats? Who did you
Well,
work for?
um, I I started college planning to major in journalism, took a journalism 101 class my freshman year, and I was bored to tears. I had already been, I was born and raised in Rochester, New York.
No way, I'm from
Yes.
Buffalo.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, how
No.
cool. No, I'm
And
a
I lived in
Rochester.
Rochester for 2 years. Of course, I worked at Eastman Kodak, who didn't?
Oh, of course. Why not? Where else? Well, I was born and raised in Rochester, and when I was in high school, I I applied to be on the school literary magazine and I got turned down, which was very painful. But in response, I did two things, Rita. I started my own magazine with some friends, and I got a gig with the local weekly newspaper
Mhm.
writing about things going on at the school. So that was my first actual journalism activity. I didn't take any journalism classes in high school, but that was my first effort in that area.
Your
And I
first
knew
taste
I
of
wanted,
reporting, right? Like,
yeah, and I knew I wanted to write professionally when I finished with whatever I would do for education. But like I said, I got to Indiana University, which was known for its journalism program. That's why I picked it.
mhm.
And I was so bored because I already knew how to write for a newspaper outlet.
Right, right.
And I knew enough about how to manage and work with literary materials. And I also knew that if I were bored, I would not get good grades. I wouldn't do the work.
If you're
So,
not interested in it, no matter how much you
yeah,
know it, you're not going to do well.
exactly. And so I switched to comparative lit as a major,
Mhm.
but was able to get was able to get a position. For those who can't see us, a cattail just walked in front of Rita's
Oh,
face.
this is Teddy Bear. People who watch me know she makes an appearance usually in every video I do with clients and in almost every podcast.
Well, my cat, I have a beautiful little calico cat, and she will come out to say hi when people come over to the house to visit, but she does not get up on my desk. She does not bogart into Zoom calls. So, not everybody in the world who sees me doing an event like this has ever seen my cat, but take my word
I
for
got
it.
to see her before we started.
Yes, and she is lovely,
She's
and there are
beautiful.
pictures of her in my CWA blog post. So if
Good.
anybody's interested, that's where you can meet Miss Skinner. Anyhow, um, I was
I'm
working on the campus newspaper, which I
uh
really enjoyed. And then when I took some time off from college, I ended up in St. Louis and had a couple of years as a staff writer for one of the Black weekly newspapers,
mhm.
which was fascinating and exciting and endlessly interesting. Not very well paid, but
I
important.
understand that the things that you like are usually not well paid.
Exactly. And I've been writing professionally ever since. I've had in-house communications positions with a trade association, with a magazine published by, of all things, the government of Mexico
Oh,
that covered research and development in Mexico. We were
interesting.
based in DC, but we were covering Mexico activities.
Mhm.
And with the no longer in existence public hospital in DC, and went freelance full time in 84. I've been freelancing ever since. And I do writing, editing, proofreading, speaking, some coaching, not much. And it just, I always knew I wanted to write and be a
Mhm.
writer. I just found out that the academic side of it was not me. I actually had a Ford Fellowship for grad school at the University of Missouri journalism program and
Nice.
had a good year there, did some good writing that I'm very proud of. But again, I
Boring,
wanted
right?
to
Boring.
be out there doing the work. I didn't want to be sitting in a classroom. So I
Yeah,
found my niche and
I
I'm
get it.
enjoying every minute of it.
I love that. Not everybody finds their niche. I'm late to
Yeah.
my niche. I had a
Yeah.
whole different career before I did this. So I always wanted to be a writer too. So I understand the allure.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of stories to tell, especially
Oh
about
boy, yeah.
cats. The cats are an endless source of stories, are they not?
Yes, they are because the every cat has its own personality and they're all different. And of course,
Hmm.
those of us who live with cats are all different. And we all come to that from different perspectives. When I was growing up, we didn't have pets. I had a parakeet at one point, and I had I think that and I had a guinea pig, but my mom
Oh,
didn't
those
want
are
to,
cute.
yeah, my mom didn't want us to have cats or dogs because she knew good and darn well that who would take care of them? She
Oh,
would.
yeah. Smart mom, right?
Yeah. And she also she had a wonderful garden and she loved birds. And she did not want to have a cat that would have outside activity and go after the birds.
That makes sense.
So I did not grow up with a cat. I didn't have
Oh,
cats till I was on my own years later. And I had I had two cats at one point when I was in St. Louis the first time. And then when I was in DC, Rita, I literally rescued a beautiful little long-haired tortoiseshell. And that's the basis of my Save the Cat booklet, it's a
is that
fictional.
still available? I'd love to read
Oh,
that.
yes, absolutely. It's available from me, Ruth at writerruth.com.
Love that.
And it's a fictionalized version of what really happened, which was finding this little cat on the window ledge at the National Press Building when I was on my way into a program
Mhm.
and couldn't just leave her there. She was clearly terrified.
Of
So
course.
that's the story of the first half is the real thing that happened. The rest of it is the fictionalized version of what might have happened. And it was a lot of fun to write, and people seem to enjoy reading it. So that's my major cat publication.
Well, I want to read that. I definitely
Oh,
do.
good. We can
Um,
arrange.
so you have quite a bit of reading in front of you. You mentioned that the author of those books is a CWA member. Are they all written by the same person?
Yes, these are all by Molly Hunt.
Ah, I love that.
And gosh, she
Look how
doesn't.
thick that is, and she's going to read them all in two
I
months.
am Here's one with
Bless you,
her
because
name on the cover.
I would not be able. It would take me probably a month or two to read one of those.
Well, I'm a very fast reader, and I don't do a lot in outside the house in the evenings. So my routine is I'm working all day in my office space, and then I go in the back to the bedroom, put my feet up in my recliner and grab a book and just, cool out for an hour or two before I crash.
With a
So
cat on your
these
lap,
will
right?
keep me going.
With a cat on your lap as you're reading, I'm
Oh,
sure.
absolutely. And she's so cute. She I usually have my laptop with me and I have it open and I'm checking email and maybe doing some CWA stuff and so forth. And she will jump up on my lap and very carefully curl herself around the laptop.
Oh.
Again, put her little paw and her little head on my arm and take a nap.
Love
And she
that.
never tries to walk on either the laptop keyboard or my desktop computer
Really?
keyboard. She just seems to understand that that's not what she's supposed to do. I didn't
Well,
train her to do that. She
Teddy
just
doesn't
does it.
know not to sit on the keyboard.
Yeah. Well, most people's cats do. She has started recently. You can't really see it, but to my right, there is a wall, sort of a half wall. And on the far side opposite my office space, there are shelves. but this is a surface with a bunch of plants and a couple of knickknacks. Up until about a month ago, she never went near that. All of a sudden, she has started jumping up and walking along the top of this little wall area. And she, again, very carefully avoids, she doesn't knock things down. She doesn't knock things off of the shelf. She just kind of weaves her way between the planter pots and
Wow.
sits there for a minute thinking about life and then goes back to her corner.
Most of my cats don't knock things down either, except Sweetie Pie. She likes to knock over my drinks, so everything has a
Yeah,
lid.
classic, classic cat stuff.
Well, I am looking forward to diving into the blog. And is there anything you would like to leave our listeners with? Any wisdom about cats or anecdote?
Well, I think you've got the anecdotes, but I would just say that if there's anyone in the audience who is thinking about our conference, number one, we still have a call for speakers out there. If you go to, again, the conference, I'm sorry, the Cat Writers Association website, you will find information about not only the conference itself, but also the call for speakers. And there is information there about submitting to the blog. For that, you have to be a member. For
Right.
attending or speaking at the conference, you do not have to be a member of the association.
Okay,
But for
nice.
submitting to the blog, you do.
Okay.
And the content for those posts is pretty wide open. It can be science oriented, it can be planning oriented, such as I think I mentioned a recent post about how to make sure that you have arrangements in place in case something happens to you so your
Yes.
cats don't
And I
end up
do.
in a shelter.
Hmm.
Um, and it can be about an experience with a cat. It can be about what your cat means to you. It can be about looking after cats with medical issues or aging issues, whatever might be the kind of thing that you're helping a cat with. So it's pretty wide open.
Okay.
And the conference itself, I think this year is going to be really good. It was great last year. We were able to do one in person in the wake of COVID, and we're doing this in person again. And
Nice.
we're hoping for a lot of people because Dallas is a much more convenient hub than
I love
Indianapolis
Dallas.
was.
Love Dallas. It's a great city. I've been there a couple times.
Oh,
Is the
that's good to
speakers,
know.
are they just in-person speakers or are you doing anything online?
We're doing it in person only.
Okay.
I believe we'll be recording it and we might be making some of the session recordings available afterward, but
Okay,
the
good.
event itself is going to be in person.
Okay.
And we're hoping for a good turnout because doing these kinds of things in person, it's a lot of fun. And I think you get more out of it than
I
the
agree.
Zoom
I
versions.
agree.
I mean,
I
it's
wish I
it's
could come.
wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful that we have the Zoom technology, but
Hmm.
there's just something about the in-person stuff. And the only other anecdote before I forget that I did want to mention is
Okay.
you can tell from the background here, I have a lot of stuff. And most of the stuff behind me to
Okay.
my left are purple bears. I am known for collecting,
I
I
see
am
the
known for
purple.
all things purple, and I have been collecting purple bears for years. However, my guest room is the cat room. So everything in the guest room, there are pictures on the walls, there are tchotchkes on the
Wow.
bookcases, there are tchotchkes on top of the chest of drawers
I
that
want to see that.
all cats. And I was thinking of doing this there, but the uh, the laptop screen is not as big or as good as the one on this desktop
Oh,
machine.
I'm the same way. This
Yeah,
desktop, it's
yeah,
only for
yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah, this is where I do all of my zooming because it's a
Me too.
nice big screen.
Yes.
But in case anybody was wondering, I do have cat-related art in an entire room to themselves.
And look at your shirt. Those people who are watching the video, I love that shirt. What did you tell me it's called?
It's called Catstellations because it's constellations in the shapes of cats. And I don't know how well you can see, but these are cat
Oh yeah, I see.
earrings.
I do too. That's all I wear is cat earrings.
Well, I have earrings for all kinds of things. I have earrings for when I go to concerts. I have earrings for my journalism conference. I have earrings for what else? I have several cat earrings. Oh, I have mahjong earrings. I have
Ah,
mahjong earrings and a mahjong dress, and I have about half a dozen
cute.
cat dresses.
I love that. I used to wear a cat necklace, but now I wear this heart. This is my mom. I got
Nice.
a little bit of her here. So she brings me luck. Ruth, I have so enjoyed talking with you, and I'm working on something for the blog.
Oh, good.
I wish I could come in person, but if you guys ever come to the Carolinas, I'm there. Charlotte,
Okay.
North Carolina.
Well, Charlotte, if I remember right, is a pretty accessible location. So maybe next
Yes,
year.
that would be awesome. I'm about 30 miles south. I'm in South Carolina, but Charlotte's really close. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so much for being a guest. I really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you for having me. This is my first time being a podcast guest.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I hope you'll come back again too.
I am planning to whenever you need me.
Yeah, I'm always up for cat stories. And thank you to Mark Winter for giving me this awesome spot on Pet Life Radio. I will be forever grateful. And everybody knows what I'm going to say next. Every day is Catter Day. We'll see you on the
Absolutely.
next episode. Yes, it definitely is.
All right. Thank you so much, Rita.
What did you do